we are here, we have been, most of us have the citizenship, have accomplished their family life, their career, they are living peacefully with other neighbors from different religions, and they had no problems whatsoever before 9/11. What I want to say about the media is, I wish that they did not associate the criminal act with the religion of Islam. Because in my opinion, and according to my Islamic beliefs and knowledge, whoever killed one soul, he killed the whole world, or all people. This is in the Quran. And so killing this many, they are not Muslims, they are criminals. But the stigma started from there, that they started to say, they associate the criminals of any now huge problem in the world, that they are Muslims. We are American citizens. We have lived among the American people and from different religions for many, many years. Never happened that somebody really was so such a criminal person like other criminals that we have heard of. There was a mother who killed her 5 children. There was the 2 brothers who killed their parents. There was people setting fires in different states or cities, but we never hear what is the religion. And that's the big point I want you to know at this time. The origin, why Islamophobia started. It's just connecting criminals with the religion, which is not fair. The destruction of mosques and the vandalism, the throwing trash or breaking windows, it has happened in many cities, in many states, and we need to do something about it. We means the Muslims, the American Muslims, and the American of other religions, because we are all in the same shoes. We are all in the same status. When harm comes to America, we are all inflicted. We are all harmed. When the market dropped at the end of September of 2008, it affected everybody, not just regular Americans. It affected the Muslim Americans. Everybody's investment or retirement savings dropped a very big drop, and actually many people lost whatever profits that they had so far. So in our interest is the safety of the American society. We are considered helpers in keeping the society not fearful, peaceful, and get along and love one another and respect each other's beliefs. This is what is actually also in the Quran. God told us that you have to, don't discriminate between one another according to the color, according to the religion, or according to the faith, or other, no differentiation. You have to be equally good Muslim towards all people. And actually in the Quran they say, God said He could have created all nations the same religion and the same color, but He said in the Quran He wanted to see how people will react with each other and how they will get to know each other, or how they will be able to live together. For some reason, all Muslims, they have this in their heart. They know that if they discriminate against somebody, it will be a sin against the religion, that God will punish him either in life or in death. So Muslims are the most tolerable people of the different nations and the different religions and the different colors. Unfortunately, it is actually the opposite of what people know now about Muslims. It's the opposite. We are required by God to follow His revelation when He told us in the Quran, do not discriminate between anybody who is of different race, color, religion. We have to respect all. This will take us to the other, I said about the manifestation and the hate crimes. It has been increasing. Thank goodness, maybe in our state here, maybe there are more educated, highly educated people that are still living in peace with their colleagues and neighbors and partners who are Muslims. I did not hear more hate crimes in this state. I have been living here for about 3 years. But the reports that come to me from other states, it's really very discouraging and fearful. Now I want to say, what can we do about it? Like, first of all, we have to acknowledge that this is not true. The phenomena of Islamophobia is not a true phenomena. It's not, it's irrational. It's irrational fear from Islam. It's not rational because the history shows that it was not the character of Muslims to kill and to bomb people and buildings. It was not known since Islam started 1400 years ago that Islam is a violent religion. It was not. It was known that the name Islam means peace. When we greet each other, we say, may peace be upon you. When we mention any name of all the prophets of God, starting with Prophet Adam and Prophet Abraham and until the Prophet Muhammad, we always say, peace be upon them. We know, especially in the Quran, we have the miraculous birth of Prophet Jesus and his status in God and with God. And he was one of the most known messengers and prophets, including Moses and Muhammad. But we believe in all the prophets in between that Imam Shoaib mentioned, most of them. So now what can we do? First we have to know each other. We have to start to open our doors to each other, to learn about each other. Like if you have a neighbor who is covered and you can see they are Muslims, get to know them, knock on the door, how are you, welcome to the community. What we have been doing as Muslims so far since 9/11, all the mosques, and I'm aware of this act, this news, all mosques have open house. That is, any non-Muslims are welcome to attend the functions inside the mosque. They can participate in the Friday mass prayer, which is usually in every masjid, in every mosque in the US. I go a lot of times to the ISBCC, which is the Islamic Boston Society Cultural Center in Roxbury, and every Friday prayer I see non-Muslims observing and sitting with the Muslims and hearing the speech and seeing how Muslims are praying. I encourage everybody to try to do that. It is our duty in order to decrease the fear. If we know each other more closely, not by going away from each other. You have to we have to know each other more so we can trust each other. The worst thing that happened after 9/11, the fear of Muslims and the no trust whatsoever in any Muslims, and this is not fair to the religion of Islam. And I am against all criminal, we are, not only me, all Muslims in America, and also even, I'm not gonna bring the Muslims overseas, but all the Muslims in America are against any criminal act and any violence, and they don't consider the criminals as Muslims. They will be disowned from this religion. So the mosques started to invite people to go to the mosque, talk to the ladies, talk to the men, get to know what is Islam, what do the Muslims do, what that means, why they wear a scarf, and it's strangely enough, before 9/11, people were interested to ask me why I'm covering my head, and they were always complimenting. Americans like difference and the exotics, and when they see in the middle of the street, everybody is like wearing shorts and short shorts and topless and whatever. They are excited to know why are you covered, and it was a very good thing to go through, because I can tell them about my culture or say about my culture, and they were always interested to hear that. They were not against us. Before 9/11, they were pleased to know what are we, why are we covered, why the man has a beard, why you wear certain clothes. So I wish that it come a time that this trust come back among us. I really encourage every person here and to tell every person they know to really visit the mosques. It's everywhere. It's in every town. There is one in Malden, there is one in Everett, there is one in Roxbury, there is one in Cambridge. And it is not, the doors are open at any time. The best time you can really watch what's going on is the Friday prayer between 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The other things which has happened since a year ago, the ISBCC collected a lot of donations to put signs in buses and in the trains, large signs, like maybe this large signs, with one saying, one ayah, one phrase of the Quran and its meaning, and then it says Islam 1-to-1 call, and they have the phone number and the address for open house to come at any time. It's called Islam 1-to-1. It is in ISB every Thursday, 7 p.m. It is at the ISBCC in Roxbury, 7 p.m. And there is another lecture. It's all to non-Muslims or the new Muslims that convert to learn about Islam. It's all teaching. And for women who don't want to go at the general one, they need only a woman to present the lecture. It is every Monday morning at the ISB in Cambridge. So I see from our side, we have really outreach. We are trying to outreach our communities. We are trying to let the people know that we are actually peaceful. We are not violent. We are against violence. And thank goodness I am aware that every week about 12 to 14 non-Muslims go to these classes after we put the signs in the subways, in the trains, which is great because it shows that people want to know. And that's all what your duty is. Instead of getting scared talk to the people and know what they are about, what they live for, what are their goals of life, you know what I mean? Get to know them instead of be scared of them.